All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Welcome to this episode of Almost Live. All right, we're back. So I think the long format that I did the last video that was probably a bit of a mistake, and I'm gonna do shorter videos, but more regular. And I think that might be a better model. So I looked at the average view time was like 20 minutes, and I'm like, maybe I've gone too far here. But I've got some cool clips, and I've got some like regular stinger type clips that we can put in, like this. Hey Alex, what do you think of the vibe shift?
We're breaking the conditioning! Ah! Ah! We know we're under attack! We know it! We're breaking the conditioning!
Alright, totally measured and reasonable response there. Hey Alex, what do you think of Trump's latest cabinet picks?
Choo, 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 choo.
Oh, alright, yeah, sounds reasonable. What about... Let's see this clip.
We are a people that has been kicked out of every place we've ever lived for 2,000 years. Every single place.
Every single time, alright. And this, of course, the greatest clip from the year. That's a great clip. Yes, nothing suspicious going on here. So firstly, I wanted to talk about Australia's under 16 social media ban here from Reuters. I believe that's pronounced Reuters in Australia. But yes, here's our nearsighted lesbian Prime Minister. They introduced a ban for 16-year-old children for social media. Will they be able to enforce this? Probably not, right? I think most of these kids will know how to get around all this shit. But it's just typical of Australia. Everything we do is a fucking waste of time and it's stupid. Why not building a great building or doing something interesting in politics rather than just... I mean, they're all just useless wankers in Australia. And all just sellouts. Australia, as I've said many times, it's not a country anymore. It's just an economic zone. And we're running like multiple Ponzi schemes. We've got the housing Ponzi scheme, which now has like most people are struggling to pay rent. And it seems like everyone's just complaining about how they have no money. And yeah, basically everything's expensive and rent's ridiculous. But yeah, it's just a huge housing Ponzi scheme. Then you've got the like immigrant education Ponzi scheme where they get people from all over the world over here and just charge them ridiculous amounts of money to do fake degrees, and then they're just filling up, especially Sydney, Melbourne, with just foreigners, so it doesn't even look like Australia anymore. And so there's a loss of home, a loss of culture, and not much going for Australia really. Except for our natural sunsets and beaches and stuff, everything else is just fucking gay. There's a speed camera on every corner. Just endless bad decisions over here. But we're also bringing in the digital ID, which it says here on a Google search, 1st of December, the Digital ID Act 2024 will commence and begin the next evolution of digital ID for the Australian economy. And a lot of people have linked this children under 16 ban as a precursor to bring out digital ID. Although it's not really been suggested that digital ID will be used to block 16-year-olds from social media. It says here that the social media platforms themselves will have the responsibility. But yeah, everyone's freaking out and saying that it's going to lead to digital ID and that. Well, you've already digital ID's in, and I think millions of Australians have already signed up to it. From what I know, I believe the MyGov app is essentially a digital ID, and a lot of people are on that. And they're selling it as convenience and all that. But yeah, everyone's freaking out about digital IDs. They think it's going to lead to the China model where everyone basically gets automatically fined, and there'll be central bank digital currencies and all that. And everyone's freaking out, and there's a lot of people who don't know shit, and I think basically no one really knows how this is going to go. And I would just suggest that we have to wait and see. We'll see what happens. But I guarantee these motherfuckers will do whatever they can get away with. And so it's going to be up to Australian people to see how this one's handled. I saw it, a big hospitality company in Australia said they were going to ban Australia Day, which is like the national day, for woke bullshit. And Australia's made it pretty clear. A lot of people complaining they don't want that, and the hospitality company has gone back on what it said and apologized and all that. But it's too late. You've already pissed people off, and they've already seen you. And I think it'll be the same with digital ID. It'll all come down to how do people respond, how it all works. But yeah, these motherfuckers will do whatever they can get away with. So how do I feel about the digital ID? What to expect? I just don't know. We'll see. I'm not interested. If I don't have to get one, I won't. If I do have to get one, I probably still won't. But we'll just have to see. But it doesn't look good, right? Australia likes leading the way right now into stupid globalist bullshit. And I don't know. I think a lot of the future of Australia, and what I would suggest is probably the right thing to do, is for people to get back to like some kind of neo-pioneering situation where you move on to cheap land or good land, whatever you can afford, and sort of go off grid, or do the van life thing. If you can't afford rent, well, maybe stop paying rent. Like, get into cheap accommodation or get a fucking van and go and do something else. I did that, and I don't complain about fucking money anymore. I've got way more money than I've ever had, and it's because I fucking cut all my expenses and put all that money into capital making ventures, mostly crypto. And what do you know? When you cut all your expenses and focus on making money, you have fucking money. So I think people are refusing to adjust to the current situation, but there's obvious measures that can be taken, and you got to think outside the box. Try something new. The old ways are fucking over. And yeah, probably if you just do nothing and go along with what everyone says, you're going to have a digital ID, and you're going to be like living in China, and you're going to be banned from using basic shit. Anyway, enough of that. Basically, who knows what's going to happen with this shit? We'll have to see. But I got a bunch of clips here, and I'll get into those. And yeah, I'll basically do these videos shorter. We'll do some clips, some memes in other videos. I'll do crypto or the business stuff in separate videos, and I think that's a better way to do this. But I've got a bunch of clips here. Basically for entertainment value, this should be just good fun. But first here, let's start with clip number 1.
They call him boss. They call him boss. Boss nigga. You so bad. They call him boss. They call him boss. Boss nigga.
Alright, theme for Boss Nigga. Surely that's a fantastic movie.
Do you guys believe in aliens?
Cool. This is that female comedian I've been talking about who's actually funny. And I'll go back, let's play this.
Yeah, that's because you're fucking retarded.
Oh,
Do you believe in
I
aliens?
messed it up.
Yeah, that's because you're fucking retarded.
Alright, I should have played that clip in one go, but pretty amazing chick, this one. I'm kind of worried she's a spy. I'm like, how can someone be funny, totally based, and I gotta admit, pretty hot. She's pretty thick in a good way. But I gotta wonder if is she some kind of spy. She's too perfect.
Do you guys believe in aliens? Yeah, that's because you're fucking retarded.
Yes, I think there'll be another clip with her in the future. What else we got?
Accidentally shoot a baby in the head fucking twice. You know, it's like, and so they're targeting civilians, they're targeting children, they're just fucking blowing up hospitals, blowing up fucking
Take a shot every time Dan Bilzerian says fucking.
mosques. Like, it's absurd. And I think like when they sectioned everybody off into fucking Rafah, and then they went in there and fucking bombed Rafah, the refugee camp. I mean, for me, that was it. That was just like, you know what? Fuck these motherfuckers. Like, I've had it. I know it's obviously going to be bad for me to say anything about them because they fucking have so much control, and everybody that does, like, well, look at what they did to fucking Kanye. I mean, Candace, the moment she said anything, they fucking fired her from her job. Like, you see what they fucking do. I mean, they destroy people. They destroy their fucking, you know, finances, their reputation. They try and throw them in jail. Like, so it's obviously fucking terrible, but at some point, like, you gotta stand up and be like, fucking enough. You know, enough is fucking enough.
Yeah, that's a clip from the latest Stu Peters documentary called Occupied. It's got a lot of my more regular guys in there. Max Egan's, the Jeff Berwick. It's interesting to see the evolution of Berwick. I always knew he had it in him to move on and see the truth, but he gets it now. I'll talk about that in a future video, but I always knew he'd come around, and that Stu Peters documentary's not bad. Although I saw Anglin talk about it's a shame that he put all these clips of like dead kids in some of the early part of the documentary, and he says he probably would have lost a lot of people on that, like people would have tuned out, a lot of normies, and I think that's correct. Probably could have saved the graphic imagery towards the end so that people got the meat of the video. But basically, Occupied's great. It shows that, I mean, this vibe shift has truly happened. Things are moving very far to the right. Like, to the point where you got Ken O'Keefe on this Occupied documentary. He's literally wearing a swastika around his fucking neck. And I'm like, man, there's no way you would have seen this shit 10, 20 years ago. But it's all good to see. All good stuff. They're pointing out how obvious it is that United States government is clearly occupied by a fifth column, and I can't believe people bother disputing that. It's just so obvious. But anyway, good stuff, Stu Peters. I guess they're all a bunch of Christians pushing the Hitler thing, and I don't think most Christians understand that like Hitler did not like Christianity. He sort of had to deal with it, right? But he didn't like it, and the National Socialists were certainly not a Christian movement. There's no Christian symbolism. I mean, did Hitler hire a fucking Christian to be his head guys? No. He hires a fucking occultist, and there's pagan symbolism all over their stuff. But whatever. Ken O'Keefe wearing a swastika around his neck being interviewed, that's really something. Next clip.
6 million who the Holocaust.
Are you saying the Holocaust is a joke?
It's a joke. That's right. That's right.
Don't you dare. Don't you
The
dare.
Holocaust is a damn joke. Right. The Holocaust is a joke. Hitler, you ain't cry, white boy. Heil Hitler. You don't understand nothing. We've been through it. You ain't been through a damn thing.
It's so good. Bunch of woke niggers schooling this white boy from Canada. He'll learn though. He's they're just breaking him in. But what a clip, right?
Why does everybody ask me if I'm Latina? Isn't it obvious?
Obvious a Latina and two others inside. I didn't think a full solar eclipse was due for a while. Wait, what? Dora explored the spectrum too much. Latina, Fatina, I see an investment large in Tina. Imagine she was 2 steps ahead. Holy shit, that catfish had me for a second. Casanova, I would hit. That's a cat whale, not a catfish. Latina, sounds of Argentina. You look like Fatima without the Ema.
Alright, that's enough. But yeah, it's great. The AI is enabling us to do elite levels of trolling previously impossible, but yeah, good stuff. I think I got a bunch of those. What's next?
Analogize the dragon fight too.
Oh, yeah, this is a great example of Dawkins here. I didn't know people still listen to this guy, but nice DNA tie he's got there. This is a great clip, just exhibiting what I always say about Jordan Peterson, that he's a fucking moron who just says overly complex bullshit that almost no one can follow. So they think he's very smart. But if you actually follow anything that Jordan Peterson says, you find it's basically meaningless word salad drivel that is probably better left just unsaid. And I say over and over and over again, you're just completely wasting your time with this guy.
Well, how many dragons have you overcome in your life?
I'm not interested in dragons. I'm interested in reality.
Okay, so I read a book a while back that described the biological reality of the dragon. Say, well, there's no such thing as a dragon. It's like, okay, is there such a thing as a predator?
Of course.
Well, that's a meta category. What's the category of predator? Bear, eagle, if you're a primate. Fire? Is fire a predator?
No.
Well, it's complicated because a fire kills you. So is there a worse predator than serpentine, flying, fire-breathing reptile? Is that not the imagistic equivalent of predator? So in what way, if predator is real, in what way isn't dragon real?
I don't know why you say dragon. I mean, we have lions, we have tigers, we have saber-tooth.
Right, but why not abstract?
So a dragon is a pictorial representation of the abstracted concept of a predator.
Yes.
As you say, we already have the term predator, and so it might be useful in art, in narrative, but when you say the biology of a dragon, you must understand how that can be misleading.
I don't think the category of dragon is any less valid than the category of lion.
Any less biological?
Well, it depends on your level of analysis.
You would say that lions are an instantiation of this bracket term of predator.
I would also say...
Would you therefore say that a lion is an instantiation of the bracket term of dragon?
Yes. Yes, because we're not only fact-oriented creatures, right? It actually matters to us whether we get eaten.
Yeah, just useless, meaningless nonsense, and just wasting everyone's time. And yeah, I think Byron had it right with the cultured thug idea that these intellectuals with no balls who never do anything in the real world they're just abstract. They live in abstractions. Everything they say is basically a waste of time, useless. Next clip.
Do you guys think 9/11 was an inside job, or do you think it was the Jews? Found out the Jews have been kicked out of 109 countries. That's a lie. At a certain point, you got to ask yourself, why? Was Hitler really rounding them up just because they're mildly annoying and cheap? 109 countries, that's like a woman telling you that all of her ex-boyfriends beat her. At a certain point, you got to ask yourself, maybe she was a Jew.
I told you, that chick is funny, man. Hopefully she's not a spy, but what a woman. Be good to have her. Leonardo Joni, check it out. Lots of good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I fucking love that. I hate cyclists, by the way. If you're a cyclist, fuck you. Unless you ride off the road, then whatever. But yeah, it's fuck you. I remember I heard once that like there was some guy who ran over a bunch of cyclists, or he either drove in front of them and slammed his brakes on, or he just rammed them on the highway. And I was just like, yes, no sympathy for cyclists. Fuck you. Here's an interesting clip of some kind of tribal dispute here between two goats, I guess, and it gets a little bit confused, but it's a funny fucking clip. And when I was watching this, I was thinking about, this is exactly what people are like. Some sort of dispute starts, and by the end of it all, no one really knows what the point of it was in the first place, and it's very hard to figure out exactly what's going on, but this is like a great clip of humanity. Man, they really fucking get in there, don't they? They don't fuck around, these goats. It's like at an American McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning on the weekend. I like the cameraman too, he's right in there, he doesn't give a fuck. Hey, friendly fire. Alright, that's it. Well, much was resolved that day, but yeah, that's the general populace. Alright, that's the latest Biden clip. Not quite as good as the first one, but Alright, next clip.
If you comment some horse shit, I'm not gonna take you serious. If you comment some dumb shit, I'm not gonna take you serious.
Ignore the hate, just keep your chin up, bro. Pros built like the Snapchat logo. How we fold this town, cease never owned a time. Necklace behavior until next time. Can't wear a necklace because he is necklace. What neck of the woods are you from? This guy ain't sticking his neck out for no one. This is the guy who can survive a car crash. Is that nipple on your neck or your chest? Bros never get choked out in a jiu-jitsu match. Master for head and shoulders with the neck rolls. Project Graham, look it up, but immune to uppercuts. Dude is a whole new race of people. Mexican, allergic to headlocks, neck reveal. Shut it.
Oh man, that's good. Necklace behavior. Oh shit. Yeah, nice one, dickhead. Damn cyclists.
This is my sky in the four
Oh
corners.
yeah, here's a clip. Now I don't know what to make of like the whole chemtrail thing. It certainly sounds like a bunch of nonsense and just something that's really stupid. But you see clips like this and you're like, is that really just planes and condensation, or is there something more going on here? But this is someone I follow on Twitter, just out in their backyard, and I think he called it the Four Corners, USA, which is like the meeting point of 4 states, somewhere around Utah, and I mean, it does look like there's something going on here. That's all I can say. What do you guys think? Do you have opinions on chemtrails?
Day. Horrifying. Just completely covered with trails that have spread. Look at these unnatural ripples right there. This is a Legion Air right now, making hundreds of mile long trails in my sky. This is completely unacceptable. Planes do not make clouds.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild thing. I mean, the problem with the chemtrail thing is that it's not a contained situation. Like, it affects literally everything below it, if that's what's going on. And I have a lot of trouble believing that. But it could be like something to block out the sun, or maybe they're doing weather experimentation. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, some heavy nostalgia there. We're certainly not going back, everyone, but I'd say get with the vibe shift. We're moving right. Everyone's moving right, and we're moving towards positivity and prosperity. Despite what these motherfuckers try and do, we're all gonna make it. That's a great clip. I love how the little girls there had the balls to front up and attack the dragon. Man, some good women for the future there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to remember that if I have kids. That's a great one.
This is what Europeans think America is like.
Yeah, this is more like this is what America's like, right? I mean, this is like may as well be a documentary.
I wake up at 8 a.m. to the sound of gunshots and violence. Then after that, I have breakfast, an 18-piece fried chicken bucket with a 2-liter bottle of Coke. Then at 9 a.m., I start my daily commute from Los Angeles, California to New York City. Along the way, I drive through intense poverty and homelessness. I will do nothing about it. At 10 a.m., I arrive in New York City. I talk loudly about how great America is. At 11 o'clock, I decide to head down to Miami. At 11:45, I arrive in Miami. This is where I get my tan. After that, I head back to Los Angeles. It's awesome that I'm able to visit all 3 American cities in one day. Around 1 p.m., I go out to eat for lunch. I leave the waiter a large cash tip of $100. At 1:30 p.m., I publicly lean against the wall to rest. Around 3:30 p.m., there's another shooting. At 6 p.m., I have dinner, an entire apple pie that I wash down with a 2-liter of Coca-Cola. Then at 9 p.m. there's an alien invasion. This seems to only happen to the important countries. And that's my day.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if that's a parody or just some American guy filming his day. But yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's it for the clips. Keep these nice and short. What do we get? Half an hour? That sounds pretty good. Alright, well, we'll be back soon, ladies and gentlemen, with some memes and shit. And I hope everyone has a good time till then. I'll also talk about crypto stuff. And, oh yeah, also, if you want a tarot reading, get in touch. If you want any of my services, get in touch. And I'm also going to start selling crypto P2P again to anyone who wants it. We're going to do like crypto, between crypto fiat and precious metals, maybe some other stuff. But if you're interested in that, get in touch, and I'll talk about more of that in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. Stay black.
Remember, some of the best time of your life never even happened yet.